A Florida man has been arrested on allegations that he intimidated voters, scaring some and preventing them from casting their ballots. Now, this right here is the booking photo of that man charged, Nicholas Farley. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says he was shouting, quote, intimidating remarks about a Jewish candidate, scaring people away as he drove, quote, recklessly. A lot to discuss here, so I do want to bring in Ric Bradshaw, the sheriff of Palm Beach County, Florida. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so first off, I do want to talk to you about the overall situation. Can you break down what we know about really what this guy is accused of doing?
Well, we had an encounter in a park between this guy and some people in the park in October, like about the 3rd, where he was driving through, doing the same thing, loud music, yelling at people in the park, terrible, racial remarks at the people in the park. We couldn't locate him at that time, and we didn't have enough information to figure out who it was. Then we got the call at the voting poll out in the similar area. And the people said, look, here's what's going on. The guy's playing horrible music. He's yelling stuff out the window closer than the 150-foot limit, very close to where voters are. And he's yelling stuff about a Jewish candidate. And it's I don't know the exact words, but it was pretty bad. So we were able to get a tag number from somebody and located the guy. And he was arrested for voter intimidation. That's what he was trying to do, intimidate the voters that were going in not to vote for this Jewish candidate. But there's also a hate crime component to this that the state attorney's looking at because of the words that he was using in connection with the voter intimidation. We've taken a very strong stance here. Myself and the state attorney, Ehrenberg, let it known from the very beginning, we're not going to tolerate this. We've had about 14 incidences at the different polls, nothing like this, just, people too close to other people yelling about their candidate. I mean, look, the reality of it is the temperature is very high here, everywhere, right? Because it's a heated election and it's very close. So each side is trying to convince the other side on how to vote. So, we're paying close attention to the polling areas. We want people to feel safe to go in and vote without being intimidated. And we're making sure that the people that want to get their message out can do that in a safe manner, but adhere to the restrictions. It's 150 foot from the polling place. You get closer than that, we're gonna move you back.
And I know, of course, this is an active investigation, so I'm not sure how much you can give away right here, but I imagine this guy was questioned by deputies. What did he have to say to them?
Well, again, you're pretty right. We're still looking into this guy to see what kind of associates he has, what kind of association he might have with some organized groups. The bottom line is he's full of hate. Those type of people, they try to get to places where they're going to scare people. I mean, look, the bottom line is with people like this, with terrorists, it doesn't matter who they are. They want people to be afraid. They want to alter their behavior. That's what they're all about. All right. And we're just not going to let that happen. We're going to make sure that people feel very safe at the polls. We're also going to make sure that people can get their message out, but in a safe manner. And so far, it's working very well. I think, just the fact that we took this guy into custody sent a very strong message to anybody else that might think about it.
And that's what I was going to ask. Is this kind of a way to also send a message to say, look, we're not going to tolerate this. People are entitled to cast their ballot, whoever they are voting for.
Yeah, people in this county know that I'm very serious about when I say we're not going to tolerate something. And this is a prime example. We made sure that the media got this message out, and I appreciate you doing it today, because this is what is going to happen. If you try to intimidate voters, you cross the line on what's acceptable, we will put you in jail. It's just that simple.
What message do you want to get across to the people there in Palm Beach County, Florida, that are maybe concerned? Because, as we know, this guy allegedly was out there and you had people who were maybe intimidated, afraid to go vote. So what message do you want to get to the people in your county?
Well, not to be afraid. Feel safe because we're very vigilant about this. Go out and vote without being afraid to be intimidated. And the poll workers that are there and the supervisor of elections office will call us immediately. But the deputies are making regular checks of the polling areas within their sector. It's something that we're going to do until election day is over with. And I think just the fact that they see the green and whites coming by there and see the deputies paying attention gives them a feeling of being safe to do that. But the main thing is people can go out and vote, and we're not going to tolerate it.
Have you had to increase the number of patrols that are stopping by these polling sites as a result of this in any way?
No, I can't give away operationally what we're doing over and above the normal deputy that rides the beat. But, the deputy that rides these sectors, they know who should be where, who's out of place. People know them. So just the fact that they're stopping by is good. But we have contingency plans in place that if it gets bigger than just one person or it gets to be an organized situation, that we'll be able to take care of it very quickly.
All right, Sheriff Ric Bradshaw, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here. Anything else you want to add about this before I let you go?
No, we appreciate the fact that you get this out. It's good for people to know that we're paying attention to it.
For sure. Thank you again. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.